Well, I guess first thing I was going to ask you, when you're up there drawing plays on a blackboard, do you feel like Mark Morris at all?
Well, no, I don't feel like Mark, but I definitely use a lot of his drills, and
Yeah,
I learned a lot from him.
yeah,
The screaming has a lot to do with it.
oh
Felt
yeah,
like it was effective while I was there, so
oh yeah.
carry that over to the kids.
How did you get the idea, by the way, to do this? Have you done this before down in the South, or is this the first time you've ever done one of these at all?
Yeah, I've had a couple schools down there, but it's a lot different. It's a different dynamic. It's
Mm-hmm.
not as much of a hockey place.
Yeah,
I came up with it. I was watching Aaron play Bogosian for the
yeah,
Everblades, and I just missed the game for the first time in 3 years, 4 years after being out of it,
oh,
and started talking to him after about the talent that's here, and how much more could be coming out of here if we can get some excitement back here and get a school going with a bunch of the guys that have done some things, and
oh yeah,
reiterate it that it's not just being about the best player, it's about having some discipline. And
oh
I feel like Zach and Aaron just being here are two guys that are the epitome of what a hockey player should be if
yeah, oh
you
yeah,
want to play at the professional level. So
yeah.
when you have access to those guys and they're willing to give some time back, then I mean it's just going to be great for everyone.
That was actually too. What do you kind of just so people know, like, where do you live now? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm living in Charleston, South Carolina. I played 5 years down there with the Stingrays off and on, and started a pressure washing company in 2003. And most of my clients were fans and boosters for
Oh yeah,
the first while. So it's been good. It's been about 10 years since I've had the business going, and
yeah.
looking to get up here just about every summer and stay up here for about a month to do something like this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how often do you usually come to Massena in the past?
It has been a while. I went for a spurt where I came maybe, I mean, it was once every 2 years, and then in the last 2 years I've been here about 3 or 4 times,
Yeah,
and I just like being here. A lot of it's about my schedule down there is pretty hectic, especially in the summer, and that's when I want to come home, when it's
right,
not 10 feet of snow out. So
right.
we're going to make this an annual thing so that I can get up more, and we might even try doing something around Christmas time too, and try to get up here a little bit more.
Have you had any urge to get into coaching at all? Like, I don't know if there's any youth leagues
Yeah,
where you are.
I do some youth league coaching down there. I coached a squirt team for 4 years, and down there it's just a lot. It's really political, and you don't have a chance to get the best players on the teams because of the finances you're getting.
Oh, yeah.
So I love dealing with the kids. I didn't like dealing with the parents.
Yeah.
I'd have, one time I had a goalie. Both goalies' parents come to me at the end of the weekend and tell me their kid wasn't playing enough. I felt like I was doing something right.
Oh,
If neither of them are happy about the playing time, they're splitting. So,
oh yeah.
just little things like that kind of.
Yeah.
If you could just tell the parents, like, we're here for the kids, not for you,
Yeah.
it would be a lot easier. But it's just with time and the amount of time it takes, it's tough to make that commitment and have to deal with that much stuff.
I guess the last thing I was going to ask you, I asked the two Bogosian guys, when you were a kid, about the age of these kids, was there anybody you got to meet at a place like this that kind of, you looked up to? You remember, like, any.
Yeah, I remember, and I was a little bit older, but Craig Conroy
Yeah.
was always around, and I went to a St. Lawrence camp and met the Lappins, and Mike Hurlbutt he was always someone I looked up to. And once you see local guys that can make it, it just gives you a little more inspiration that, this isn't the biggest area in the world, but there's tons of talent, and all of us take a lot of pride in Massena being a hockey town and the North Country being,
Oh, yeah.
that much of a hockey place. That the goal eventually is to try to raise some money and give something back to get more kids involved. I mean, this being the first time, it's the trial run, but we'd like to get more guys back, like more NHL guys each year, and try to build it up into something where we can actually raise some good money for this area and get some kids back in the programs.